Hi, I'm Jordana Michelle, lesbian love coach and creator of Women Wanting Women, the place to be to learn the secrets of how women attract each other and to find and keep lesbian love. And there are links below if you want free access to some of what I teach there. But in this video, I want to talk about women who lie. And this is a really big deal because when we're lied to, we have less power. Lies can cause us to trust people that we wouldn't otherwise trust and to fall for people that we wouldn't otherwise have gotten involved with if we knew the full story. We say and do and decide things that we wouldn't say or do or decide if we knew the truth about reality. That's why lies feel so unfair, and being lied to leaves us feeling hurt, betrayed, heartbroken, and angry. So this is really important. But lying is tricky because we don't know that we're being lied to usually when we're being lied to. But it's tricky also because we have to balance between protecting ourselves versus being jaded and paranoid and so mistrusting that we end up closing ourselves off from deep connection with others. That's not what we want. What we want is to be smart and realistic, but not fearful and paranoid. So the way to be smart and realistic when we're trying to find out if the woman we're with is lying to us is to remember that how you do one thing is how you do everything. In other words, human beings tend to be consistent. So even if we don't know that a woman is lying directly to us, we can observe how she's being with other people, and if we see that she's being dishonest or deceitful with other people, that can be a really good sign that she's also being dishonest with us. Now, in general, there are 4 main reasons why women lie, and those are insecurity and shame, people-pleasing, confusion, and manipulation. And I'm going to go through each of them one at a time. The first reason women lie is because of insecurity and shame. Insecurity and shame can cause people to be dishonest. And there are countless reasons why people might feel insecure or ashamed. Where they come from, what happened around them, what happened to them, what they did, mistakes they made, regrets they have, addictions that they can't let go of. These are really big deals to people, and if people don't want these things revealed about themselves, then they'll often say things to avoid those facts coming out about themselves. Now, my heart goes out to anyone who's haunted by insecurity and shame from a traumatic past. Usually these are not people who are trying to cause any harm, but the danger in building a relationship with someone who's not being honest with us is that the longer it goes on with us not knowing the truth about her, the more afraid she might become of us finding out the truth. Because she might be afraid that if we found out she lied, that we wouldn't accept her, right? So if she has in her mind that we're going to freak out and be mad and separate from her potentially, then because of that fear she might have, she might start to emotionally detach herself from us in order to protect herself from this lie that she told that we might not even realize she told. And so we might not even know that we're in a situation where the entire underlying trust of our relationship isn't even there and we don't even know it. So that's why if we're building a relationship with someone who's being dishonest, it's important for us to find out as soon as possible. Now, again, the good news is that how we do one thing is how we do everything. And if we notice that the woman that we're with is being dishonest with other people because of things that she's insecure about or ashamed about, that could be a clue that there are things that she's not telling us because of things that she's insecure about or ashamed about. Now, the good news about this kind of lie is that it's usually not coming from a bad place. So if you discover this thing about her and you're actually okay with it, it can be a beautiful opportunity to help her heal that thing that she's ashamed and insecure about, which can actually bring you closer together. So even though it's sometimes uncomfortable and scary to find out that someone's being dishonest with us, this kind of lie could actually turn into an opportunity to make 2 people even closer together. So that's the first reason that women lie: insecurity and shame. The second reason women might lie is because they're people pleasers. People pleasing can lead to dishonesty. For a people pleaser, it's really hard to disappoint others. So it might be easier for them to be dishonest about what they feel or what they want or what they're really about if they're trying to make whoever else they're with feel good. So if we're dating someone and she's more interested in making us feel good, then the risk is that she's not really showing us what she really wants or how she really feels or what she's really about. What she's trying to do more is make us feel good because she's a people pleaser. But the danger of that is when we're dating someone, what we're looking to often is how they're reacting to us. If we see someone and they're really into us and they're making us feel like they really want us, that can cause us to open our hearts more. Because when we see someone who's leaning into the relationship and looking for more with us, it makes us feel safe to also lean in and to meet her there. But if someone's only doing that because she's a people pleaser and trying to make us feel good, then the danger is that we're feeling things based on something that's not really coming from an honest place. If all she's trying to do is make us feel good, then what we're reacting to is her people pleasing, not her genuine feelings for us. So this is really dangerous. But the good news, again, is that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if we're with a people pleaser, she's also going to be acting like a people pleaser with others. And so if we notice that, it's a really good opportunity to talk to her about it and to really give her the opportunity to show us who she really is and what she really feels and what she's really about, and to let her know that we accept her as she is, because that's what love is about. It's about really accepting someone for who they are and giving them the space to show up fully as they are. So again, people who are people pleasers, it's not coming from a bad place. It can be dangerous, but if we catch it earlier enough and we confront them about it, we can really use this as an opportunity to get even more close. So that's the second reason women might be dishonest, people pleasing. The third reason that women might be dishonest is because of confusion. Confusion could lead to dishonesty. The truth is that there are some people in this world that legitimately don't know themselves. They don't know what they want. And the more unsure a person is about what they're about and what they want, the less we can rely on what they're saying, because they might legitimately not know and therefore might be changing their mind from one moment to the next. Now, the danger of dating a person like this is if she's not really sure about how she feels about us, she might be wanting to keep her options open. That's when a person doesn't really know what they want, the one thing they know is they don't want to have to make a decision. So if you don't want to have to make a decision, what you do is you hedge so that you don't have to make a decision, so that you keep your options open. So if someone's going to keep their options open with us, what they need to do is make us think that they are just as interested in us as we are in them, so that we don't end things, right? Because if she's trying to keep her options open, she's trying to make sure that we don't end things. So if we're with someone and we're starting to like them and we think she likes us too, but actually all she's trying to do is keep her options open, then what ends up happening is our options get closed. She keeps her options open, but actually our options get closed, because for anyone who's monogamous, at least, the more invested we get in someone, the less we're interested in other people. So if we're with someone who's only trying to keep her options open, that could actually be quite unfair to us in the relationship. But the good news, again, is that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if we're dating someone and we see that she's often really confused about what she wants and that she's often really bad at making decisions, it might be a red flag that this is someone who might not be completely sure about how she feels about us either. And that might not be something that we want to face, especially if we really like them and especially if we're really excited about the new relationship. But it's better that we find out sooner rather than later. If we're with someone that isn't feeling for us the way we're feeling about them, it's better to know. As much as it would suck, it's always better to know, and it's nothing you can't handle. So that is the third reason that women might be dishonest with us, because she's legitimately confused. The fourth reason that women lie is because they're manipulative. Not all women are manipulative, but some are. The simple fact is that there are some people in this world that take more than they give. And whether they're looking for sex or emotional support or someone to pay attention to them or someone to buy them dinner or someone to buy them presents or someone to let them use their car however much they want or someone to stay rent-free for as long as they can hang on, there are some people in this world that are more interested in getting their needs met than they are in having a deep emotional connection with us. Now, if someone wants to take as much as possible from us, the best way to get a person to give a lot of things to someone is by making them fall in love. Manipulative people know that human beings, when they fall in love, are endlessly giving. Love is like a spell, and when that spell is cast, humans are relatively defensive against it. So if a manipulative person can get you to fall in love with them, they can get you to give them just about anything. So this is really dangerous, and there's no one who's going to protect us against them, because manipulative people are not looking out for our well-being. They're just looking to take as much as possible. So we need to be looking out for ourselves and protecting ourselves to make sure that we're not under the spell of someone who's being manipulative. But again, the good news is that how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if we're dating someone and we notice that she's being manipulative with other people, or if we notice that she's taking more than she's giving to the people in her lives, or if we realize that she's not being fair with other people, then it might mean that she's doing the same thing to us in ways that we're not realizing. And that is a major red flag. And as uncomfortable as it might be to look at, if we're psyched about someone, we don't want to see red flags, but it's one of those things that it's really important to see. Because if someone's in it for the wrong reason and she's just trying to make us give as much as possible, the sooner we find out, the sooner we can keep ourselves safe. However we get lied to, even if it ends up in a broken heart, the truth is that that's okay. Love is worth the risk, and even if we do end up with broken hearts in love, that's nothing that we can't handle. Broken hearts heal. And the good news is that even if we're single and alone, that just means that there is someone out there. If what we want is to be in a beautiful partnership, it means that there's someone out there waiting to find us, and she's going to be just as psyched about you as you'll be about her when you finally meet. So don't give up, keep believing, and until next time, keep remembering that hot lesbians are everywhere, that love is real, and that the woman of your dreams is on her way into your life in perfect timing. And I will see you in the next video.